Hi guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to create a Works Cited page. Please feel free to use this video over and over again in order to get it right. You can pause it, rewind, and play as often as you like. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing you need to have available is you need to make sure you have your internet open and your three resources available. If you look up here at my tabs, I have my CNET review, my Wired review, and my consumerreports.org review. My fourth tab is citationmachine.net. This page allows for me to go ahead and create my MLA citations without any of the hassle and the fuss. There's still more hassle and fuss, just not nearly as much as when I had to do it all by hand. So let's get started. We're at citationmachine.net. What we're going to do first is we're going to choose our style. The style that we're going to be looking at is MLA. MLA stands for Modern Language Association. Go ahead and click. What's going to happen next is it's going to bring up the MLA page. You have multiple ways in which you can create a citation. In today's society, most of our citations are website-based. And in being website-based, it could be a newspaper, a journal, a film, a magazine, or a book, but all of them come from a website. So we're going to go ahead and click website. It loads and it says right here, find website by URL or keyword. What this does is when you plug in a website, it will bring up the website information for the most part. Some websites are still not stored in Citation Machine's databases yet. And also, it does not always bring out all of the information that you need. For example, let's go to our CNET review. All you do is click on your CNET tab. I'm going to get rid of this box here. I'm going to go up here to the URL, click it, right click, copy, click off, go to my citation page, click in, right click, paste, search my website. Now it's going to generate how this information should look for MLA. Apple iPhone 6 review by CNET. Is that the one I chose? Yes. Select it. After I've verified that that's it, I'm going to continue to the final step. Now when you continue to the final step, it's going to bring in your fill-in form. You can either do the manual entry mode, you'll see that here, which brings up a blank form, but we use the autofill mode, and it brought up most of our information. What I mean by most of is you need to go through and make sure all the information is in here. We have the article title, that is correct. Author's name. Well, it didn't bring one up, but let me go back and check. If I look right up here at the top, I see that it was by Scott Stein. So I'm going to go back here and fill that in. Okay. Website title. Yes, that is the title of the website. Publisher. Let's go check to make sure that there is no publisher. Nope. A publisher would be someone as if Random House had published this article on the website CNET, but they did not. So we're going to go back here. What's the next bit of information? Display URL. Yes. This is the URL, which is the website address. If you do not display this, I cannot go verify your source, therefore making your resource wrong, therefore making your paper wrong, because the resource cannot be verified. So I want to make sure I display it. Next bit of information, published date, year, month, and day. Okay, that is not listed, but let me go back and check. If I see here, I have two separate dates. I have a reviewed date and I have an updated date. What this tells me is that on November 21st of 2014 was when this review was originally published. But recently it was updated on January 29th of 2015. So therefore that counts as the publication date. So I'm going to go back and down here, type in my information, and click away on my 29th. There we go. And the date that accessed it. Now, when we first started this project, you're going to use that date for access. Okay? So, for example, let's say we accessed this last week, which would be 7 days ago on the 13th. So we shall click the 13th, and now we click Make Citation. This is what comes up, is our citation, okay? So now here's the next step. You're going to, from the period, copy that citation. Right-click, copy. You can hit the CopyPaste Citation, but be wary of that, as it does not always copy over all the information you need, nor does it do it correctly. Sometimes this page does act funny, so you may have to type all this up by hand, but that is much better than having to figure it all out by yourself without simply filling in the fields of information. So let's go ahead and begin to create our Works Cited page. My Works Cited page is going to look differently because, as you can tell, I'm using a Mac. And my Mac relies on OpenOffice, but the steps are essentially the same. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that my page is set up the way that I want it set up. I have my Times New Roman for my font and 12 as the font size. Remember, English teachers are very, very well versed in what Times New Roman 12-point font looks like. I myself have 8 years of experience, and you can include my own personal education on top of that, which totals out to 11 years. So we're looking at 19 years of looking at Times New Roman 12-point font. Please keep that in mind so you do not lose style points. You can and will lose style points if it is not Times New Roman 12-point font. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go here and we're going to center the title of our page. And the title of our page is Works Cited. Make sure that you capitalize the W in Works and the C in Cited. Once you've done that, hit Enter. You'll see that the blinking cursor remains in the center of the page. We no longer want that. What I want from here on out are 1-inch margins, and I want them perfectly justified. Typically, your paper will come in 1-inch margins, and that's what this space is outside of the gray box. But what I also want, if you can tell by this box, are all the lines are perfect from beginning to end, top to bottom. First, I'm going to do number 1, double space. Then I'm going to just simply paste my website in there. Come back up here, create another space. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to do is I hit the space bar and this turns blue. What that allows me to do, as you can tell by what OpenOffice is telling me, is I can right click and hit my command button and it will take me to that website. If you print this up, it will be noticeable as it is underlined and it is blue. You need to remove the hyperlink. So you're going to right click on any part of that link and go down to where it says remove hyperlink. Remove it. Now it is all black. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to put our parenthetical citation. If you look at the word parenthetical, it's parentheses. We're going to store it on this page so that way you don't have to go back and recreate the MLA formatting in order to get your parenthetical citation. Your parenthetical citation does not belong in your Works Cited page, but we are placing it here so that way when we use our evidence to support us, we can copy and paste it in there. for your final product to turn in, you will delete the parenthetical citation. So let's go back. If you look here, it says your citation. Next to it in blue, which is a link, is parenthetical. Click that. What that does is it automatically gives us an ad. It automatically tells us the parenthetical citation. What we have here in parentheses is the author's last name. Okay, if this was a book or a magazine or a journal, we would include the page number in which the information was found. But as a website does not contain pages, there is no page to accompany him. So we're just going to go ahead and highlight that, right click, copy, go back to our web page, and paste. Okay, if you've noticed that this is large, it also says Times New Roman 14. We're going to fix all of that at the end, okay? Space, enter. You're going to get a number 2, okay? Let's go ahead and do our next resource, Wired. Click in the URL bar, right click, copy, Citation Machine, go back here. You can start a whole brand new one just by clicking there, right click, paste, search websites. Yes, that is the review that I'm using, select it. Yes, I understand that's the information you found. Continue to final step. Okay, once again, going to ensure that I have all the information that I need to fill in the blanks. Now, remember, if there's no author, no publication date, if there's information that does not exist, do not put it in there. For example, for CNET, we had a website title. It was CNET, but when it was a publisher, it was blank. As you can tell for this particular review, Wired.com is the title of the website, but we have a publisher, which is Condé Nast Digital. Okay? So let's go. First name. Do we have a first name of our reviewer? Christina Bonington. Let's go ahead and put that in there. Okay, I have my website title. My publisher has been given to me this time. Do I want to display the URL? Yes, you have to display the URL, otherwise I cannot verify the source. If I cannot verify the source, I cannot verify the information in your paper, therefore your whole paper is wrong. Now we're going down to publish date. Let's go back to our resource and look at publish date. We're looking at September 25th, 2014. Go back and choose those. Okay. Once again, I'm going to change my access date to the 13th, and I'm going to make my citation. Copy. Oh, where did it go? There it is. No, it's not. Ah, at the bottom. Okay. Now, remember, I hit the space bar. It turned blue. Right click, remove hyperlink. It's no longer there. Go back and copy my parenthetical citation. Now here, this did not, oh, there it goes. It was slow. I'm sorry. Sometimes what it will do is if there's no contributor, if this were blank, it would look like this. But we do have a title, so then we would click the title and then we choose the title. But that's not the case here. We do have a contributor, so we're going to click on the contributor. Copy. Please make sure you only copy the characters you need. If you copy more than that, you're going to copy the box and you're going to mess up your formatting in here. Here we go. Enter. And we're going to do our third one. Consumer report. I'm using shortcut keys, guys, which are Control C for copy and Control V as in Victor for paste. If you're using a Mac, it's the command button, but as all of you should be using a PC at this time, it should be the control button. Okay, that is it. Continue to the final step. Okay. Remember, go step by step and make sure that I have all my information. I'm looking for an author. I don't see one immediately at the top, but that does not mean the author's not there. I must scroll down to the bottom. And if we look here, hidden is our author, which is Glenn Doreen. Go back here. That was tricky, wasn't it? Okay. There's no publisher given. Display the URL. Yes. Publish date. Let's go back. Okay. So let's go back up at the top. September 9th, 2014. So there we go. Change my access date to the 13th. They're all consistent. Make my citation. It is a large one. Okay, copy it. Down here, paste it. I hit my space bar, and now it is blue. Right click, remove hyperlink, go back down here, and get my parenthetical citation for storage purposes. There it is. Copy it. Paste it. Okay, now we can begin working on your formatting. Formatting is extremely important. Oh, that went too large. Sorry, guys. Okay, so formatting is extremely important. We'll work with this. First thing you're going to want to do is highlight all of this information. Go over here and change your font. Once you click the drop-down menu, this over here, whatever font this is going to turn blue. If you start typing in what it is that you need, it will automatically take you down there. Times New Roman. Click in here. All you have to do is type the number and hit enter. And as you can tell, the size of everything changed. So the next step that we need to do is we need to alphabetize all of this. And how we alphabetize is by the first letter of the beginning of the resource. So we're looking at the S in Stein, the B in Bonington, and the D in Doreen. Now, if you were to have somebody who has, or a website title, if you do not have an author, it will be organized by the website title, who has a similarly spelled name, you keep going. So you would go SSTTEEIINN, and then let's say the other resource had an S on the end. Well, since this stopped at Stein, and there's no more letters to go after, but the other one kept going to an S, then the one that contains the S would be second. So once you've created your Works Cited page, or you've gotten your resources in there, how do you alphabetize easily? This is how I do it. B's first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy, and I'm going to cut it out, which is Control X. I'm going to go back up here to my Stein, and I'm going to hit Enter. Go up, and I'm going to paste it, Control V. Go back down here, delete my 3, and then it changes that. Same thing here. My Doreen, D, comes before S, so Control X to cut it. Put my cursor next to the sign, drop it down to 3, Command V for paste, or Control V for paste, and get rid of that 4. All right. Almost there, but not quite. Sorry for the buzzer. That was the laundry. What I'm going to do is these 2 lines need to be indented over. What I'm going to do is put my cursor there. I'm going to backspace once, hit Enter, get it on a new line. Backspace once again, hit Tab, and it indents over. We'll do that again. Look at down here at the second line. Backspace once, hit Enter, backspace again, hit Tab. Let's try this again. Backspace once, hit Enter, backspace again, and hit Tab. What this has done is set all the information that you need to the right. So when your Works Cited page is being reviewed, I can clearly see where the resource begins, okay, in that it is alphabetized, and I can quickly go through. Now for the next step. This needs to be double spaced. You're going to highlight all of the information. Then you're going to right click and go down to line spacing. You have single, 1.5, and double. Click double. There you are. Go up to save. Save it as Works Cited. I'm going to title mine Practice because that's what it is. Where in your documents, you need to make sure that the file type needs to be .doc. Mine asks if I want something different because I am working on a Mac. So if you are working on this from home on a Mac, you need to make sure it's saved as a .doc. If you're working on a PC, it's already running Microsoft Word, it will automatically save. So you want to hit save. And that is how you create a Works Cited page.